Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to online teaching here in the school. Now today in English subject we are going to see lesson number 2.23 questions. Now this is the story. It's a kind of a short story which is written by Leo Tolstoy. Now he was a great writer of language of English. Now he got many of the literature awards also, plus he was basically a Russian person. Okay, he was a Russian writer. He was born in the year 1828 and died in the year 1910. So he started his writings in his 20s only, right? When he was 20 or more than 20 years old, just then only he started writing the great stories. Now many of the peoples are very much fan of his stories because his stories consist of many of the thoughtful things of the human nature and many of the ideologies. So here we will going to see one of the lesson, that is 3 questions. Now this is a story. This is basically a story about a king. Now here no details are given from which area that king was, but it says that there was one king. Now that king was very much concerned about his subject, about the feelings of the people. He was worried about the progress of the country. He was a kind of a sensitive king who wanted to know the 3 basic questions. What were the questions he wanted to know? Let us see now. Now the first question was, what was the right time for every action? So he wanted to know what will be my right action which will make a proper sense as a king. As he was a responsible person, he wanted to know what he should do first, or what was his right time to do that particular action. The second question was, who the most necessary people were. He wanted to know that who were the most necessary people around him, who were of very much need to him or who were important, right? Third question was, how he might know the most important thing to do. Okay. Now this was also why these 3 questions he was thinking about, because he was a responsible king. He wanted to have a progress of his subject. So he had done such kind of a thinking in his mind. Let us see in detail about how he is going to find out these questions answer and what are the details of it. We are going to see it in detail. Okay.
Now let us see lesson number 2.2, the 3 questions. It is written by Leo Tolstoy. He was born in 1828 and died in 1910. Was a Russian writer who is regarded as one of the greatest authors of all time. That means all time means till now he is been regarded as a greatest author. Okay. He first achieved literary means literature, that is the writing of the stories and all in English language, acclaim in his 20s. That means he started writing the stories and the literature of English in the age between 20 and 30 years of age. That is, he started his career as a writer in his 20s with his semi-autobiographical trilogy, Childhood, Boyhood and Youth. Autobiographical trilogy, semi-autobiographical trilogy. Semi means half. Autobiographical means concerned with his own writing of his own life. Trilogy, tri means 3 phases of his life, that is the childhood, the boyhood and the youth. Okay. Now the central idea is here, a parable is a short story with a moral lesson. What is parable? parable is a short story with a moral lesson. Every time in small age and in your nursery and KG we have learned the stories with the morals. Now here this parable is also having a moral lesson. A parable usually has human characters. It has human characters. Okay. Last time we were having the Aesop's fables. In Aesop's fables they were the animals were the character. Now here the characters which are being there in parables are humans. This parable concerns a king who wants to find the answers to what he considers to be the three most important questions in life. Okay. Now this short story with a moral is about a king. Concern means it's connected or it is related to the king who wants to find the answers to what he considered to be the three most important questions in life. What are the three most important questions to him in the life? Now as he is a king, he is concerned with his subject. He wants the development and prosperity of his subject, so he is worried about his subject, so he is having three important questions in life. Let us understand what questions he is worried about. Now the first paragraph starts here. Once a certain king had an idea. He had an idea. If he always knew the right time to begin everything, if he could understand what is the proper time to start everything, if he knew who were the right people to listen to, if he knew who were the right people to listen to and who to avoid, the most important thing to do, he would never fail in anything that he would undertake, and above all. What do you mean by undertake? Undertake means whatever the task or work for the development of the people, for the benefit of people he wanted to take, that will not be affected if he has been in a proper channel or he is following a proper way. If he always knew what was the most undertake, that means the most important thing to do, or since he was convinced means he was satisfied with the idea that he was right in his thinking. This way he had proclaimed, that means he had announced. What he had announced, made in his kingdom, the announcement which was made in his kingdom was he would give a great reward to anyone who would teach him what he was to be taught. See these three important questions which were there. What the right time was for every action. Whatever the action he was going to take, what was the proper time or proper moment. Who the most necessary people were. Who people or which people he should be surrounded with so that they can give him a proper decision or proper idea. Okay. And how he might know the most important thing to do. So what was the most important thing to be done? That he wanted to know. First of all, he wanted what the right time was for every action. Who the most necessary people were. And how he might know the most important thing to do. So he made an announcement in his country that any person who gives answers to these three questions, he is going to reward that person in a very proper manner. Okay. Now let us see the next paragraph here. Many learned people came to the court, but they all gave different answers. Now many educated, learned people, as they saw that there was a great reward for all these, they came to the court. They wanted the reward, so they gave answers. In reply to the first question, what was the first question? What the right time was for every action. Okay. For this question, The replies, the answers which came were, in reply to the first question, some said that to know the right time for every action, one must draw up in advance a timetable of days, months, and years, and must live strictly according to it. They said that the king should draw a proper timetable, he should have a timetable, a proper chart of the things, and then he can follow that chart. Okay, and accordingly he can work. Others declared that it was impossible to decide beforehand the right time for every action. They said that it's not possible for anybody to decide in hand, means before. In hand means before, one does not know what's going to happen the next moment, right? So they said that it's not a way, we cannot understand what's going to be happening, and there is no way. So they said it was impossible to decide beforehand the right time for every action. But that was not letting oneself to be absorbed in idle pastime. One should always attend to all that was going on and then do what was most essential. Now, they said that we should look into the matters, what are there in our surrounding, and then we should decide from that what is most important. Okay? Yet others said that it was impossible for one man to decide correctly the right time for every action, and the king should instead have a council of wise people who would help him to fix the proper time for everything. They said that the king should have some proper committee or a bunch of people who are wise, and they will give him the suggestions. So they said have a council of wise people who would help him to fix the proper time for everything. Okay, now we move on to the next paragraph. Here the others, that is, they said they were equally varied. Varied means a variety of people's ideas were the answers to the second question. Now what was the second question? Who the most necessary people were? Who the most necessary people were? To this question, some said the people the king most needed were his counselors. Some said that the council of ministers who were there in the kingdom were the most important people for king. Now the others said the priest. Priest means the religious peoples. And then the others said that the doctors. Why doctors? Because they can save the life. Now while some said the warriors were the most necessary. Warriors means the people who will fight and save the country of that king. Okay, we move on to the next paragraph. On page number is 53, the first paragraph. Let us see there. To the third question about who was the most important occupation, what was the most important occupation? Okay, some replied that the most important thing in the world was science. They said that what was the most important thing to do? They said that some of them, they said that most important thing was learning of science. Others said it was skill in warfare. That means to learn techniques to fight with the enemy. And the others again that it was religious worship. They said that worship of the religion was the most important thing for the people. The king was convinced by none of these questions and gave the reward to none. So the king was not satisfied with the answers. So further we move on. As king decided to give award to the none, next paragraph, he decided instead to go to a hermit. Hermit is a religious person who will guide him in this matter. who was widely renowned. Renowned means very much famous. He was known by the people for his wisdom. Okay. The hermit lived in a small hut in a forest which he never left. Okay. Now that hermit was living in a forest. That saint was living in a forest in a small hut where he lived and he never left that hut. He spoke only to common folk. What do you mean by common folk? The local people living there, the poor people or the tribal people living over that forest area, only to them he spoke. So the king put on simple clothes. So he knew that hermit will not be meeting the king, so the king himself dressed in a simple clothes and approaching the hermit's cell. And approaching the hermit's cell means coming towards the hermit's cell. Dismounted his horse. Dismounted means moved from his horse. That means he was on the horse first as he was king, but then he started walking so that hermit will understand that he is a poor fellow, he is also a local fellow. Dismounted his horse and left his bodyguard behind. That means the bodyguards which were there, who were coming with him as he was a king, he was been for the safety of the king, the bodyguards were there. He told the bodyguards to remain some there only, and he moved on towards the hut of the hermit. Okay, we move on to the next paragraph now. When the king arrived, the hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. What does it mean? As soon as the king arrived in that area, what was the work hermit was doing? The hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. He greeted the king but went on digging. He continuously went on digging. The hermit was frail and weak. That means frail means a kind of a weak person, kind of a fragile person who was very much delicate like body parts he was having. That means he was not very well built. He was not very healthy. The hermit was frail and weak, and each time he struck the ground with the spade. What is spade? Spade is the instrument with which the digging of the soil is done. And turned over a little earth, he breathed heavily. That means he got exhausted, because after a small work only, if a person is a weak, he will get exhausted. So he was breathed heavily. Sometimes we run for a long time and then we stop running, then we start breathing heavily. Same way the hermit, after digging each time with the spade, he was breathing heavily. The king went to him and said, I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you to answer 3 questions. Now the king straightway told him that I have came here to you as you are very wise. I want to ask you some 3 questions. How can I learn to be the right? How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the right people? Who are the people the most need, and to whom should I therefore pay most attention? And what affairs are the most important and need my first attention? Okay, see. King straight away asked the 3 questions. What were the 3 questions? Let us have it again. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? What was first question of the king? What was the right thing that I should do at the right time? How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the people I most need? That means who are the courtiers or the people whom I should surround myself? They will be the most needed people by me, and to whom should I therefore pay most attention? What are the things to which I should put more attention? And what affairs are the most important? Affairs means the concerned task or work are the most important and need my first attention. That means what are the most important things to do. Further on, the hermit said nothing, but many different events took place that we will see next time, inshallah. Today we end here. Jazakallah.